the best teachers, the greatest teachers in many ways, don't give answers. They offer us a fire that ignites really a natural process within us, the dissolving, the burning up, and dissolution of all that is false within us. The greatest teacher is not just conveying some intellectual information, although the fire may ride on information, because the fire often needs to ride on the transmission through the words. But the words in many ways mean nothing. The words stimulate and activate the mind that seeks to compartmentalize, to understand, to make sense of, because the mind sees the information that the teacher gives as a doorway to the freedom that is being sought. So it hangs on the words and seeks to understand them. But that's not really what's happening. The teacher who is rooted in the silence of being, in the equanimity, in the grace, in a deeper awareness, is actually in many ways transmitting a frequency. That's the fire. The fire is the transmitting of the frequency. We think it's kind of mysterious, the emanation, the vibration from the teacher. And we seek to make sense of that. But actually it's not something that the mind can make sense of. It's the fire seeking the fire. It's the love seeking the love. It's the love within the teacher. It's the fire within the teacher. The presence, the grace, the union within the teacher that is activating the fire, the grace, the union within each one, within each seeker, so that that fire starts to clear out all that is false. And yet we are habituated and in some ways even addicted to the words, because we gravitate towards words, and we can use those to compartmentalize something or to seek a deeper understanding, which is perfectly noble or valid, and it's what happens in the human condition. It's how we communicate with each other. But there are certain communications, there are certain fragrances, there are certain vibrations that aren't in words, that may, like I say, be carried on words to a certain extent. But to look to the words for the answer is a misplacement of attention or awareness. It doesn't belong to words. Tend to belong to people. We own our words. The words that come up through me are part of my way of expressing the infinite, for instance, or a deeper knowing, for instance. And those words are essentially in many ways mine. Do I own them? No, but they sort of arise from the architecture of this one, of this individuation. And so the words that you use, your expression, are the fragrance, the arising, the expression of your architecture, of everything you have become, your way of knowing, your learning, your education, your tendency to use words in a certain way. So these ways of communicating are almost more personal, whereas the essence of what is being communicated, the fire, the love, the grace, is impersonal. The awareness is impersonal. It's not my awareness, it's not my fire, it's not my love, it's not yours. Nobody can own it. No teacher can own it. Can't be owned. Can't even be grabbed. Cannot be described. Can be pointed to, but even the pointing is erroneous at a certain point. So it's very mysterious. But the great teachers, or the greatest teachers, are the ones who just offer the fire in some way, shape or form. I remember my teacher, my original teacher, who I didn't even think was a teacher then, but it wasn't just his use of words, and he was a very gifted orator and a Celtic storyteller, very deep, could enter the mysterious world with his presence and his words, but it was his sheer vibration that was the most galvanizing and the most powerful thing about him. And I would say that it was his essence that touched me more than anything else. It was the essence of him. It was the fire. I mean, he was a fire guy, triple Aries. But it was the fire within him, because you could feel in him one who had fallen into the ocean, one who had given himself to the flame, one who had tasted something far beyond the superficial and had then given himself in devotion to that, not in a pious sort of religious way, but in a way that said, I'm all this is all I am, this is everything that I do on the surface level of humans serves that fire. And it was the fire that has stayed with me all these years. And so, the great teachers are doing that. And if they're not, then it's information. So don't worry about the information. Use information, but not a knowledge as a way to get to the fire. But don't settle. That's like staying on the bridge instead of going into the dark forest, because you think by staying on the bridge and describing the bridge and looking at the dark forest, you're going to solve the problem of the dark forest or the uncharted land or whatever it is. But you don't, because the only way to know is to know for oneself what's in the uncharted land. And the words and the descriptions and the information is the bridge. Might be the bridge, might not be sometimes. But if it serves any purpose, it's a fire that burns the bridge, so that then you're in the uncharted dark forest or whatever, the unknown, the great unknown, and the bridge has gone. The bridge has been burned. And there you are, alone, on your own, in the unknown. And that's what we need to open to. Powerful. It's extremely powerful. It's extremely potent. It's extremely, on a certain level, urgent, without panic, but for a great necessity. It takes a lot of fire in many ways to burn through karma, to burn up old routines and old patterns, and to return to presence again and again. It takes a lot of fire. And the willingness to go over the bridge of words into the uncharted territory. So I hope this has spoken somewhat to you.